Alright, hello everyone. This is a FL Studio tutorial for beginners because I haven't done anything in about a month and I feel like I should really make up for it. I also want to say big thanks to everyone that's been following me so far, and I've currently reached 35 subscribers, which I know isn't great, but for my personal achievements, I've not advertised anything, just worked from the ground up. I think that I've done pretty well with the support of my friends as well. It's really good. Ramsey, James, done fantastically. Now, this is, like I said before, a tutorial for beginners. So you're going to start off, and you're not going to get this. All right, not going to get that in the background. You're not going to get these. You'll get like a kick drums stuff. You'll get the drum kits, FX, guitar, legacy, loops, orchestral, piano, shapes. You'll get that sort of stuff. Vintage vocals, but you won't get these Vengeance Essential stuff here. Okay, just gonna tell you. Okay, so let's just say you've clicked on FL for the first time ever, and you look at this and you're like, okay, that's pretty simple. All it is just about 16 boxes, 16 by 4. It says kick, clap, hat, snare. Okay, that's fine. I think I can figure out what I have to do. So, it's pretty goddamn self-explanatory, guys. This is what's called your step sequencer. Now, your step sequencer, I recommend only to use for drums. You can use it for sound effects and stuff, but I tend not to do that. So, yeah, this is your step sequencer, and it's really good for your drums and stuff like that. And here, I'd say, is your play editor. So this is your tempo. This depends on how fast it'll go. So if I'm to click here, nope, not there. If I'm to go to metronome, here it is. Click here. That's how fast it goes. Now, if we were to say speed it up to about 155 and listen to that, now you can hear it's a bit faster. Switch that off. Otherwise, you're just going to get annoying tick-tick sounds. So I'm going to stick it at 140, because if you watch me, then you'll know that I make dubstep. Okay, so we're going to go to the kick pattern. We're going to click here, and that'll make a kick sound. There we go, hear that? Your basic kick, your stock kick. Okay, then we're going to go here and place a snare. So we'll get this. Oh. So you hear that? That's nice, okay? So if you want to put down some like hats or something like that, then layer them anywhere. I don't really do that. I usually do this. But if you want to do, instead of like clicking individually, you can right click here and you can put in every 4 steps. If I take that away, click every 4 steps. Same with every 2 steps. Every 8 steps. Okay. Claps, I usually leave them alone because they sound crap as can be. Up here is your beats per bar. So right now we've got 16. Have we got? We've got 4. 4, and you can drag it up till it gets to 16. I don't know why it can go past 16. It doesn't go any longer than this. It just says it can. So let's make that. Yeah. Just copy that along. Nice and boring. So we'll get that. Right click here. It extends it along. Now let's make that a bit more interesting, because it's quite boring so far, wouldn't you agree? So just add a kick there. Boom. 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 Yeah, that sounds nice. See, that's nice, right there. That's your basic drum loop. Okay, now I'm gonna go up here. This is no, right there. This is called the playlist. Okay, this is where you actually piece the songs together. So it goes on for forever. I know it says 99 tracks, but you can make that longer. I doubt you'll ever need to go past 99 tracks. I doubt you'll ever need to go past about 30. Maybe you might be at about 40 sometimes, but that's only for making really complex stuff. But I'd imagine that's quite a few years away for beginners. So yeah. So what you want to do here is that you see how this says pattern 1? Well, this says pat, which stands for pattern, and 1. If I'm to click this and go up, then it'll switch to another pattern. Don't worry, your pattern is still there. But think of it like pieces of paper in a file. This is your file. That's one piece of paper. That's your second piece of paper. Third piece of paper. Okay. So yeah, we got that there. So we're going to click here. Make sure not to move it up or down or anything. Go back onto the playlist, and you'll usually have this pencil tool selected. If you don't, then you can hit the paintbrush. All it means that you click this, and if you try and drag it along, then it's just going to move the clip. If you have the paintbrush, then you click and drag, then it'll just make a whole bunch of them. Really, really simple. So go slap down 8 bars worth of that. So yeah. Now up here we have pattern and song. This sort of changes what we can hear. So it will switch between the pattern editor or the step sequencer and the playlist. So if I'm to go to song, then it'll give me this little arrow here, which will trace along, and you can listen to it. Press play, and you'll see that's moving along. But if you go into here and click that, then it'll just play that. But if you go over to your playlist, no bar. Now, I know this doesn't look very clear right now, but if I'm to say put in that, then you hear this. But there's no like drums from before playing. Okay? So all you got is that. So if I'm to go into song, well, that's not there, so click and drag. Okay, get it? Yeah, so that's really something that's quite crucial to a song. The third part is the mixer. Now, this is something that a lot of people moan and groan about. Now, when you go into your mixer, it will usually have this. It'll usually have this highlighted called your master. Now, what a mixer is essentially sort of like a big hub for all your sound effects, and you would route sounds to a channel. This is called a channel. Okay, so every one of these that you add, say I was about to add like a insert and add something like something that you would have 3XOSC, then that will make a new channel. But these won't be routed to the mixer channels yet. Now you'll notice that your kicks has got FX1. That means that it's routed to insert 1. Go into your clap, FX2, it's in insert 2. But if you go into here, it will be blank. That's because you haven't routed it yet. You will need to route it. So if you go to 5, because hat's in 3 and snare's in 4, then yeah, you got no problems. Now, you may be like clicking this and going, the heck am I doing? Well, I'm going to explain. Now, your kick is in channel 1. So you clicked on that, it goes to effects 1, which is channel 1. And over here you'll have a whole bunch of drop down menus. You'll have possible of 8 different like drop down tabs. Now, this is sort of taking control of the certain sound and manipulating it. So let's say that we got this kick, so we'll listen to the kick. But we'll have it on, no, so let's mute everything else around it. Oh, sorry, not the master. So we just have the kick playing. We can listen to that, and then you'll have this thing called Fruity Parametric EQ. All these things that have Fruity before it, you'll have that. All the things that don't, apart from Wave Candy, Z Game Editor, Synth Maker, Sound Goodizer, Pitcher, Patcher, Newtone Maximus, Gross Beat Hardcore, Editing, EQO, Buzz Effect. Those are the things that you will have. I've got this thing called Graphene, Isotope, Sausage Fattener, Uranium, Void, stuff like that. Now, I'm going to add a parametric EQ too. Click on that, and you'll be faced with this. And you're like, okay, well, what's this? I'm going to explain to you what EQs are. EQs are essentially waveforms. They affect the sound, and they change its sort of bass, not bass. It sort of just changes the way the sound sort of goes. So when it's in a line, that means that it's resting equal. Okay. Now your sound has 3 types of stereo EQs. Okay. You have your mid, you have your low, and you have your treble. Your treble is your high. So if I'm to pull this all the way up here, it sort of brings out the higher pitch noise. If I bring it down there, it'll sort of bring out the lower pitch noise, but it'll also sort of take away everything else. So this is sort of stereo mixing. So we're going to manipulate this so we can get a bit more of a professional sound. Okay. Now, all you've done there is change the sound of the drum a little bit. Next, what we'll probably want to do is go on to maybe add some more types of effect. Maybe you want a slow build up, so you might want to have something like a filter. So if I go to free filter is probably the best filter you have, which is stock. Free filter, a filter plugin. Now, these are mostly used for build-ups and sort of drops and stuff like that, just to sort of make the sound a bit more effective. So, if you're to listen to this drum, you can't hear it. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Okay, you can hear it. Now, if I do this, it's filtering out the sound and only letting certain things through, like latency. This is a low pass, so that means that it's only letting through the lower sounds first, and then it'll give you the higher sounds. If I switch it over to like a high pass, it'll take away your low sounds and let your high sounds come through first. Real simple. Low pass is probably my favourite. You gotta turn that on.